All right, everybody all right? Well, that's the best way to be. If you ain't you the wrong way. Trying to get it right, everybody. Y'all see all these disasters, let's see who will let come on their rods. Turkey will get hit with, 3 earthquakes. Then they get hit with massive floods. Y'all hadn't seen that? That flood rolling through there. When that man punished you, that man got it in for you. After a while, somebody need to be asking about, am I serving the right Elohim? Apparently, people ain't getting it. Somebody need to start considering who you serving. You can't keep living and being a hypocrite. False pretend. These folks ask questions. I mean, they should be. I'll be asking questions. I had that much going on. I definitely have to question what it is I believe. That's a lot, man. 3 earthquakes. 9,000, over 11,000 aftershocks. And then you get hit with cut me down just a little bit more. Then you get hit with massive floods. I mean, massive. I seen somebody driving a truck. He drove straight through it. That's just a diamond. That's all you're, just a diamond. Y'all didn't see that took a road. Let's watch it right on off the road. Just flood like, you can't be no dumber than that. How you know where you at? If the whole road on the side of me gone, why am I riding on the outside? Right. I got a tractor trailer loaded down. I'm grossed out 80 or 100,000 pounds. What I think gonna happen on top flooded road? That's right. No common sense. Some people, it's hard to feel sorry for them because you're just stupid. Ain't nowhere I need to go involve me risking my life going across something in a flood and the road already washed out. So I don't even fire that joker. I don't want him to die, but he definitely need to never see a truck or a car. Stupidity of people what killed us. Well, at the end of the day, when you see all this thing coming, I told her, well, y'all in violation. Whenever I see all this stuff going on around the right, that automatically let me know we're in violation. It's coming our way. Those of y'all watch it too, allow you watch for a long time, you live a double life because it's safe on the other side of that camera. So you can say you like me on this part, then you dislike me on that part when the time for correction comes. But you're going to have to love me all the way because I'm the only one going to tell you the truth. Yeah. If you're hypocrite, just a matter of time you're going to find out exposure. That's everybody. Me too. Oh, he a hypocrite. Okay. He going to expose. What he going to say? Expose everybody but me? I mean, think about it. All he can do, all things, he expose everybody. He said, oh, but not him. Everybody got to be uncovered. Everybody got to show where you stand. Gotta be honest, these young kids too, everybody. And it's the right thing to do because at the end of the day, he's trying to save your life. People thinking when you get exposed, you get corrected. They think that because he hates you. It ain't the more he hates you, he hates what you've done, but I'm trying to correct you, so I'm trying to save you. That's not really you correct. I'm trying to save you, but people take it, everybody thinking folk cover up for him and don't say nothing to him, don't correct, that's your friend, that's who love you. Those are the people that hate you. Because they sit around, they sit around here, they for you fall. Yep. You get corrected, it's because he's trying to save you from a later detriment that's worse than what you're going through now. Ain't no correction he can give you now worse than you burning Sheol. Nope. You say, man, I lost everything I had. You're going to lose that in your soul if you go to Sheol. That's right. But see, you always got people that keep trying to flim-flam him and scam him around and trying to get past what he already delegated. You're not going to get by. Nobody, he going to find you. He discover your secret parts. Listen. When this economy started falling, this world global, Turkey came out with a 12.9% growth. They just, listen, they were recording almost record growth just before that earthquake hit. While everybody else was dropping, Turkey was doing really well. They didn't want to negotiate that grain deal. They was on their way looking like they were finna be a negotiator. Everybody trying to take America's spot, being the top negotiator. Bad spot. Any spot they got, stay away from it. You're not going to hold that spot. They're going to take you down. Wrong spot at China. They're going to get you. Mess around in Turkey trying to negotiate Ukraine. Turn me down just a little bit more. They tried to negotiate peace between Russia and Ukraine. That thing, they look around what then they came up, what they negotiated between Iran and Saudi Arabia. That thing, it started raining worms. When you ever seen it before? When do worms rain out there? This is what I don't get with any of these people. Chinese people, American people, black people, even call themselves. You're dumb. If it start raining worms come out of the ground, don't come out of the air. Don't you think at some point I got to start looking at what I'm doing? On top of everything, this going to be normal that worms are raining out the sky and I need an umbrella for worms? These people don't realize he's trying, you know what he's telling you? Where worms typically at? In the ground. He let you know how to turn it upside down on you. That's right. Think about it. How did they get in the air to rain down? This is stuff, nobody looking at this, and everybody just keep going. It's like, a lot of y'all here reckless. Y'all dangerous people. The world dangerous, and I see it in here. I know what the people are doing. Think of how bad these people are this happening. You don't think somebody be sitting down thinking, I need to examine what I believe. I need to examine what I'm doing. Worms don't come out the air. You don't need an umbrella for worms. You usually get a shovel. You dig them. Worms don't come out the cloud. But he tried to correct people. No doubt, even with them, he tried to warn all of them, but people just keep going their way. Liars, false pretenders, hypocrite, the whole nine. The man got to discover our secret parts. That's why he's doing it. How long you gonna let it keep going? The man is ending the world in our face, and people still going the same way. Nothing makes them change. Nothing. I'm gonna see if I can lie. I'm gonna see if I can connive. I'm gonna see if I can scam and keep getting by. How about just get right?
That's right.
It takes less energy to get right than to do the hypocrite.
That's right.
Cause I gotta pretend. I gotta make the lie. I gotta facilitate the lie. I gotta keep the lie. I gotta remember the lie. Just tell the truth and keep it moving. Just tell the truth and keep it moving. Because they're going to come back up in mosh pot. And I say that because I ain't no fool. I know y'all. You try to get by. You just try. That's human nature. What I can get about and get away with? Nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
Best thing to do is get right. You don't get covered. You don't get discovered. And then you do, ain't going to come back up.
That's right.
That's what they say. Tony Smith gay. Y'all can't believe it. My gay lover out there holding it. He biting his tongue. He got that pillow biting it hard as he can. I can't tell on him. Why wouldn't the gay lover come out? Listen. I work these sins. I work on them. It's wrong. It's nasty and filthy. And some gay lover I got here holding me back, keeping me up. Then he ought to burn. You know he ought to be punished to be made to go straight.
That's right.
What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with them? I'm banging the sister. I detest sleeping with the member.
Right.
Why wouldn't they expose me?
Right.
Why do people keep thinking I'm living this secret life of sleeping with the women? Why? Why wouldn't I cut down on it? It's wrong. I know they say, he's just saying that. I got you. I ain't gonna win. I ain't like, what else I sniff cocaine? What else I do? Whatever they make, it don't make no difference. Whatever they make up. I only have time. I don't even dress stuff. People say, why? What's the purpose? Listen, I married my brother's wife. He ain't came out yet. Everybody got a problem with my brother. Listen, we been raised. Didn't you teach us what stay in the house and the family? Keep it in there. My brother, keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing. It ain't their business. Me and you good, bro? Bro, come on, bro. But people need a life. It's fun. I had one of the members, probably watching that, told the son, come on home, son. He said, what? Said, man been exposed. Said a video, said brother made a video, say he got his wife. My brother did. I've been waiting to meet. I do have two brothers. I ain't seen this guy. I don't know. What you figure? 50 years? 52 years maybe? 52 years. Then think about it. He got a bust out the closet. All of a sudden come out and car married his wife. I ain't seen him in 52 years, 53 years. And now we got to meet on some mess like this. I rather just met him just at a barbecue rib shack with them baby back ribs. You know what I'm saying? On better circumstance. We got to meet up there and talk about who gets the wife. Tawanya, who you want, me or my brother? Who you want, me or my brother? You heard it, bro. You heard that, bro. Don't be calling him, bro. Word to the mother. You all right with that, Mom? All right, Mom said she good with that. Now move on now. Let that go. Ain't that right? Wife, if she want me. Mom, what y'all good about, Aunt? What y'all good with that? Me having Aunt wife? Y'all good? Brad got a problem. It's always one in the crowd. You ain't going to be able to please everybody. Ain't that right? But we got enough of it. We're going to let it roll like it is. End of the day, it's time for everybody to live right. Everybody. Listen, we all done had our time to do things and play and do things. And guess what happened now? The whole world erupted because of us. Now, I played a part in the world erupting. The world ain't erupting for no reason. It's erupting for what reason? For all of us. We've all played a part. It's been the Tudor before us, the Tudor before that, the Tudor. Look at that, how bad it is now. What you got now? Today you got what? Young people. How young these kids are like that to be shooting and killing grown people? What kind of ages? Young. 11 and 12 shooting, killing. Now, when you ever had a time like that? They're going to be tight because Billy the kid was 12.
Yes, sir.
Billy the kid killed more folk than any black gang kid ever going to get.
Yeah.
See, these gangs and everything, Because they had Bush Cash and the Sundance Kid, there was a gang. You had Frank, Jesse James, they was a gang. And they wore bandanas. Yeah. Yeah. All that snatch and grab. What were they doing with the banks? I don't know why folks try to make it like everybody doing something new now. It's the same people. After young folks, after these folks, how old these killers they had? They were killing these folks. These folks were 11 and 12 years old, they were shooting people. They in saloons drinking. Yeah. They told these kids drinking lean in high school. These guys were drinking moonshine. Come on. 10 and 11. They were killing grown people, robbing banks. That's right. Because they tend to make these people heroes, and they tend to what they call demonize the so-called people of color. See, a lot of you don't think about things. They like to always put you in a light to make you look worse than everybody else. These white people been doing this stuff way longer than we have. They the creators of it. Think about it. When they robbed the bank, they would put the bandanas on their face. Yes. Yes. They wore bandanas back then. I don't know what people thinking about. Why is it new all of a sudden? They killed these bad. These guys walking in saloon. They had saloon. They had whores and prostitutes back then. In Christian town. Christian ethics. Christian ethics was broad. Yes, sir. These folks had saloons with them. They had them right in the town. Yes, sir. You walk in the saloon, the lady pole there, and she on top of the piano. Yes, sir. Wow, this is new now. Strip club, oh Lord Jesus, going to hell. Why Lord Jesus kept on going to hell when they've been doing it back in the 1700s? That's right. Nothing these people doing, the man done told you, is nothing new under the shamash. Yes, sir. The problem become, we done sold to the wind, now we reaping the whirlwind. Yes, we look at how these kids tell a lie. How many lies we done told? How much getting over and getting around? And these kids don't realize you're going to have to pay for what you done. Just like we had to pay for it. That's it. He told you, don't be, he said, all he not marked, whatever you sow. Wow. You ain't going to believe, they call kids seeds. That's what you sow. This is what you're reaping. Yes, sir. We reaping the whirlwind our behavior. And some of us adults still ain't stopped lying. Still ain't stopped conniving. Still ain't stopped trying to get over and get around. And you still got to pay. The man put it right back in our face. It's an opportunity to give us a chance to get it right. People sitting at home too. You can't keep sitting on no couch being no sideline member. Keep saying I'm with Smith. You know what I mean? You have to do what the man said all the way. Fully commit. That's everybody. That's everybody. Got to fully commit. You're gonna serve that man fully committed. Listen, I'm fully committed. Whatever I got to do to make it in, I'm fully committed. This thing ending. Ain't nothing you got worth burning for. But people been trying to do it, trying to get over, trying to slick, trying to play games, try like you trying to do right. You ain't trying to get right. You ain't doing that, he ain't gonna see. He gonna expose you. I've been doing that for, how old are you, 25? Yeah, I've been doing it 25 years. Oh, 25 years. I've seen it too many times. Them folks, they been thought I'd been exposed and gone. Man made a tape on me in 2010. I ain't gonna lie though, that was the best intro I ever seen. It had the music, it was coming soon, it was it, I'm gonna be exposed. The tape, the video was getting sent all over the earth. Anybody remember that? They were gonna send out, it was coming out May the 1st. They said May the 1st coming out, I said gonna, so when they get through showing that video, said we're gonna be one member. I ain't lying, it had me now looking at that, I said, what in the world is this? I started wondering what in the world I done. Not one member? Listen, they had that thing was beautiful. They ain't gonna lie, they spent time, that thing came on this thing, coming soon. They said that thing come out, he done. All over the earth. I said, the whole earth? They were sending a video to everybody, and whatever reason, they still in production. For whatever it said 2010, it's still been in production. I don't know what, I don't know. They had the budget it wasn't capped right. They still working, raising money, but May 1st, 2010, it's gonna come out, ain't gonna have one member. On problem is, I'm trying to figure out, what could you possibly tell these people that I wouldn't know? Wouldn't I know what I done? Wouldn't I know if I done something? Just retarded. People don't waste a lot of time. Well, I mean, I don't blame them. You got to fight somebody to come out. And I'm just a proponent for people. I'm a proponent that people can do right. People can fool themselves, say you can't. You can do right. Listen, doing right doesn't mean desires go away or things don't still come. It's what you give into. So sometimes you have to sit down. You got to do your profit and losses. Profit and loss. That's how business operates. End of the year, you get through, get your profit and loss. That's what you made and what you lost. What you gonna lose if you go here and you live around with this woman? More than you gonna profit. Yeah, that's right. True. more than you're going to ever profit. But people try it anyway. Do profit and loss. That's what business do. You do a profit and loss. You don't have a major loss. And I can't afford loss. I'm in the profit business. Hello? That's it. I'm trying to do what profit a man. He told me, he said, what profit a man to gain the whole world, lose his soul. I'm a business man. Why would I get something that's a loss? Why would I get it? It's a loss. So it don't make sense. When y'all sit down and really think about the practicality of what you need to be doing and where you need to be at, you got to stop flim-flamming and scamming. You're going to get found out. He going to see you. This is what people don't realize. Look, right quick before he found out where I'm at. He missed that. Do y'all know not Stephen right here, he's still trying to process that? What you do when somebody see you everywhere you go? So while I'm hiding, while I'm lying, while I'm scheming, who watching? If I cut the lights off, the man came into a dark place when he came here. That's the problem. Wherever he come at, he told you, he said, even Layla is light. It's darkness to you. I can still see. It makes no sense. You virtually right here. Let me by for a second. Just come on. Just come on. I want you to move out of my sight. You got it. And they don't know that. This that stupid me. You know Yahuwah can't turn around. Yeah. Look stupid. He just did something. I'm saying looking at him. That clip. That's how he watch you. And then you know what he do? He'll let you get exposed to somebody. He said, man, how they find out? They wouldn't. He said, I'm the one saw you. That's how I let you get caught. That's how he gets you. He gonna keep, he like, you that stupid. I let somebody else, he like, man, who told? He said, I saw you. I let it came to the light. I let it get manifest. That's why you start considering. I learned years ago, it don't make sense. It gonna get, look, listen, there's no deal you're gonna make with nobody ain't gonna tell. That's right. I'm gonna go bang this chick. We're gonna keep it between, I'm gonna pay her some money. That money gonna ride, that company that, somebody gonna promise her a book that'll pay that and she can make profit. That's how you get it. I paid the whole, she signed a confidentiality. Somebody said, how much you paid you? I'm gonna pay you that back. Plus, I'm going to pay you more. We'll pay whatever the damage is because we're going to get more money off this book deal. Yep. And the fact that he even put a confidentiality, it's going to pay you more. You're going to lose every time. Yep, that's right. Nobody going to make that. I learned that a long time. I don't make no deals like that. I don't make no deal. I don't have no deal to make with you. It ain't going to work. I already know it ain't going to work. This just between us. I know that's already out there. When you say between us, I already know too many folks in it. Yep. Me and you in it. It's too many folks. Leave it alone. They tell you, go, you want to do something, go do it by yourself. Yeah, he can't see one person. That's how you tell you. They tell you, you don't want nobody to know, just do it yourself. If you're doing wrong, you're doing it to somebody. He saw it. The one that sit high, look low, he gonna make it manifest. Y'all how many folk been caught there by themselves? They had a guy one time years ago, his brother had him locked up. So he went, he did, I think 10 years. 10 years the brother told on him. The day he got out of prison, he went straight to the house. He killed his brother. He killed the kids and the wife. He killed everybody in the house. Took the bullets, put them in a plastic bag and everything. Covered the whole thing out. Left. Forgot the plastic bag. He didn't tell nobody. Listen, when he went down, he killed the nieces, nephew he had never seen. That's how long he held his brother had him locked up. He killed his brother. He killed the wife. He killed the kids. He took the shell cases, put them in a plastic bag, Domzo, left the plastic bag. You ain't gonna believe it. If you don't want to get caught, always do it by yourself. You ain't gonna believe it. The one who said high, look low. He said, you can't remember. He planned everything except for how to make sure you pay attention to everything. And Mr. Hood said, you'll miss that one detail. Yes, it's a great plan, except you don't get caught. I don't see how I'm gonna get caught. I ain't told nobody. I've been thinking about this the whole time I've been locked out, how I'm gonna do this. I'm going straight here and I'm gonna kill him, kill every one of them. Listen, your niece and nephew, how angry was this man? So enraged that he forgot the bag, he put the bullets in. All I'm trying to tell y'all, you're going to get caught. Yeah. You're going to get caught. Yes, sir. Y'all going to say, you don't get, smart, y'all going to get caught. You ain't going to get, nobody going to get by. Best thing everybody do, get right. Get right. Quit trying to get by and just get right. It's just easier. It's just less pressure. You just take your time. Listen, we're in it. Don't believe these folks. Listen, I'm still a go-getter. I like how I ain't gonna use the word in and saying, well, I ain't just trying to get now. Might well don't do nothing, just sit around wait. This thing may around go 200 more years. I just gotta be, listen, either way it go, I gotta still be ready. If it end the day I'm good, if it go another 100 years I'm still here, I'm making preservation. Try to make sure I'm on top of it. Try to get these young people right too. Young people, y'all wait. All right, that's why I want to make sure my young people wait. You waiting? Yeah, make sure all y'all right. Make sure all y'all kids get it right. We got to get this thing while get it to the young people. All our young people, y'all got to make sure y'all get it, pay attention. I know y'all think it's easy to get around. There's a lot of stuff exposed to you out here in this system. There's a lot of things available to you. All the stuff they got here for you, it going to get you caught. All this is trouble. The whole system out here is set up to get you guys out, to get you off the street. They ain't got a system set up for y'all. The system is predicated for white people, except for anybody other than you, foreigners. Anybody they got a better system for them than they got for you. So we have to create a system for y'all that makes sense. Y'all might think, well, you're hard on me. Well, let me tell you why. The legal system is hard on you. So in order for you to avoid it, there are a lot of things we have to make sure that we stay on top of y'all in order to get you to avoid certain things. You have to avoid contact. Y'all, something avoid contact. Avoid, what you call that when people come together? Or might come into, not just come, what you might call that? Okay, don't worry about it. Don't even get in the vicinity of it. What'd you call it? Meeting? Not me. Well, someone, who? Inheritance? Come on, big man. I know somebody gonna go too far. Inheritance. How you gonna avoid? Yeah, avoid your inheritance. That's everything you gonna get. What you saying?
You said somebody come into?
Someone come into, yeah. How do I come into that board, big man? Inheritance? What he came up to? Inheritance? Important? Evade? President. We gonna say that one again. Come on, big man. I heard president already. Come on, big man. Hold on, you can stay if you got something wrapped up to give me. All right, come on, big man, let's keep rolling. That don't way president gonna make sense, because we heard president. They'll hear the wrong answer and say no and say it again. Don't y'all young people think they deserve a check for that? How many times y'all been told, didn't I tell you one time? Y'all ever been told that before? And you supposed to got it right? So if y'all say he shouldn't get a check, raise your hand. I'll harm y'all so much. He shouldn't get a check? Why not? That ain't even a good answer. Go take your check. Come on, big man, come on. Yeah. Oh, good. What you got, Eve?
He's a good man.
We're going to have you check right at the service. Well, Joanna, y'all playing late. We're going to get you some free sessions. Ain't that right? But at the end of the day, we got to make sure we line this thing up the way the man done told us to get it. We can't afford it, folks. And I mean that, seriously. Y'all know I like to laugh, have fun. But I don't want to have fun at the expense of where you going to spend eternity at. Do y'all think about that? Yes. You should regularly. You should regularly. Listen, we live in a world to where you can say, well, you don't control nothing. So there's a lot of ways you can look at it. You don't control anything. So why try? It's all basically predestination. But then he still leaves it to choice, because the option is there for everybody. If you hear it, you really have to sit back and you have to consider it. What type of person I am? Just like he said, when you look into the Torah, he called it in the James, it called it the perfect law of liberty, simply because it makes sense to free a person. Okay, give a person the liberty, give them the freedoms. But you also have to look at, it's something that you hadn't earned, yet he granted to you, based upon if you're accepted of. The salvation, none of us can earn it, but he'll give it to you if you can, avail yourself to be obedient to the things he's giving you. You got what I'm saying? It's a thing where a man can't just earn it by his works. And he's proven that by our works. Adam and Ka'ur, they proved it by their works. They couldn't earn salvation. Hello? They weren't in a state of needing salvation. What did he look like saving them in the gun? When he first created him, how did he save him? How did he save him? When he gave him the rule over things? How did he save him? So what now? I can't hear you. Giving them Torah? Okay. You think what I'm thinking too, big man? Good. But that's good you brought it up. He did. He put it. But you know what the purpose of that was? To show us that at your best, you couldn't do it. Because it's something when you look at, okay, you got a report card all A's. The teacher gave you those A's. What you had to do? You had to do what now? Had to do the work. So you got to understand her ain't going to be her boasting of it. I mean, I earned those A's. Nobody gave them to me. You know what I'm saying? I put in the work for them. I put the time in. I put the studies in. Y'all got what I'm saying? I did memorization. So all this is what I earned. So he put the law there to show you, you couldn't do it. At your best, you couldn't do it. So then he had to come back and he had the laws to put it here and say, I'll give it to you if you can just make it where your life will align to it. Based off of the way I'm going to lead you. I'm going to give you a knowledge toward this, and you're going to be able to do it based off of that. And you'll understand when you achieve it, this is something you couldn't earn it yourself. I couldn't earn this on my own. I wasn't that type of person. To put me up here in front of y'all, really, laughing stock. Simply for, I've had every thought a person could have on not doing it. As far as, for what? You can't earn it. I mean, it's choice. It's a matter if he give it to you or not. So you can do all this work and get what? It's for everybody else but me. He wasn't going to save me. I felt that for years. So what was the purpose? And then to come and to give me the knowledge and let me see why. Because when you're trying to convince people, you need to be a person that's been in the situation. You could have heard somebody else who could have gave you and told you how they grew up and how their life was and things worked out and things happened. But for a lot of you, that ain't your life. That wasn't your life. So I hear it, and then say the same thing can happen to you guys. You say it couldn't. The way you grew up, you will find every reason to say why it could. Every preacher I ever heard, they were always good. Even my former pastor, one little incident he had in his life, I just kind of laughed it off, saying to myself, he gonna be saved. He gonna be saved. I mean, it made sense for him to be saved. He had done nothing. All the people I seen, my cousin, I was on him for years, he was supposed to be called a preacher at 11 years old. What sins could he possibly committed by the time he was 11 that would have kept him from salvation? They said the man been saved pretty much all his life. So I'm listening to you preach, I'm desiring something, but let's just be practical. The man came in your life at 11 years old. How many things I committed, how many things I've done? So you want something, but it's unobtainable for you in a sense. Because the people that you hear that's instructing you and teach you about it, these people had a life to where it makes sense for them to be saved. You heard people tell you, these people never got up and said, I've done this or done that. Or you heard the people, most time I heard people give them testify something, it was about one time they almost died. And God read, I said, well, there you go. I can see them being saved. They almost died. It wasn't never, I was drugged in, people didn't, it was just things people didn't tell you about. People felt like church, why would you talk like that in kids and you want to talk about, why wouldn't you? People need to know that. To know it's obtainable for them. And sometimes when people see the preacher, they look at, of course he's going to be saved. That's the preacher. And what you tell yourself, I'm not the preacher. He don't need me. He uses them. Don't you know he uses all of us? He take the lowest of us, the base people, the lowest of the resurrect up to show you it can be done. Who could be a better convincer than somebody who saw themselves never obtaining it? Somebody who always counted themselves out of it. I always counted myself out of it. So when I tell you you can do it, I'm not blowing smoke in your behind. When I'm telling you, you will fabricate in your mind your rationale for not doing all you can do. Because I don't go away, but the more you resist them, the less prone you are to give in to them. Yeah. That's just life. I told y'all, man, I seen a cold, I know what a cold, I heard folks say stuff. Man, folks say stuff. Man, I don't even think about it. I just thought about it because you said it, nigga. And then you know what I say? I ain't going to be saved. I don't know the last. You know what? God took the taste of alcohol, my man. I don't even think about it. And now I just thought about alcohol. I said, I ain't said about it. I said, I ain't going to be saved. I just thought about it because they say alcohol. So how many of y'all been like, you heard people? These people lie so much. And they hurt people. They just make people quit and leave. Because you're saying, how am I ever going to get there? I know some people, they say, to me, he's too street. Your mama too street. That's right. People need the truth. These young people not telling the truth. I know these young people wrestle with sexuality. The whole world is sexually perverted overly. And I know you guys wrestle. I know you wrestle with a lot of other things you wrestle with. Then you got the school pressure. You got the school bullies. You got the sister. It's just so many things you deal with and you have to go through. You go through wanting more than what you have because you see other kids with it. You go through wanting other people's life because you see other people. That's part of being a kid. Everybody's life looks better than yours when you're a kid. Till you get out and you see these people later in life, you realize, you say, I appreciate my life. I couldn't tell you how many other kids' life I didn't see I ain't want. You're a kid. It's normal. Anybody have money I wanted their life? You ain't going to believe it. We grown. I appreciate the life I had. Yeah. Now, one of them I wanted, I go back, I want them. Because you saw them as a kid. You didn't know everybody. You don't know what everybody doing, what their parents were doing. Then later you saw things work. You're like, that wasn't their stuff. Then you look at how crappy they turned out, how terrible things went for them. You said, he showed you, this what you wanted, though. This the life you in. You just, oh, they life. Oh, man, they got a great life. Oh, man. You don't know what them people going, you don't know them kids getting touched in the house by you. Can you make your parents land on you? Your parents, can y'all imagine that? Your parents? Because all you see is they things, they goods. A lot of times you see people stuff their parents trying to shout to keep them quiet. Right. Ain't because watching their mama get beat up, but they cover it up. You know what I'm saying? It looks like the most beautiful, perfect life. Everything you see ain't perfect. That's right. It's what you get. And he give us certain life for a reason. Learn how to make the best of what you got before you try to go and take somebody else and want somebody else's. That's being honest with you. I've been there. How many of y'all have desired other kids' life? What about my young people? Anybody else? Any young people? One? What about you? You ain't want nobody else ill. Please. Let me see. Come on, sit on here. Let me sit down. I ain't got my glasses on. Boy, I know you don't want to be something. Didn't you want to be somebody with some little ill? You ever thought about somebody with some regular ill? Boy, I want to give you some chocolate chips and some dough so bad. I know you baked the blank out them cookies. Okay, don't worry about it. Come on, come on, baby. Stay strong, stay strong. Little Keebler. Huh? You have to? Well, everybody do. It's normal. Y'all ever desire to be anybody else? Anybody got that many kids? Y'all want to be somewhere with 50 kids? That's scary. Y'all ain't never thought about with 49 kids. I like to be over there. One extra plate. Well, that's normal. You ever desire anybody else's life? It's here. What about you ever desired anybody else's life? That right, me and Mom been good. You ain't one. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody else? Anybody else? Joseph? Anybody else? Whatever, Joseph. Anybody else? What? How about grown people? We have. Because you know why? Because we always looked at everything on the surface. We never saw the real hard root of a thing. And that's normal. It's not then, and then we become adults. And we'll, you know, it kind of carries over and we don't realize. Because how many of y'all kids, it was kids in school you might be envious. You might even tell them about it, but you look and you like, wow, they got the greatest life. Or whatever. Anybody, y'all have that? Have y'all ever seen, anybody ever seen one of them kids later in life? They still got that life. And you know, it make you look at, man, and that was the life I wanted. That's the life I wanted. I know the kid life I wanted. I sure want that life. Man, that whole thing disastrous. I tell you, that whole thing disastrous. Disastrous. And just thinking he'd have answered my prayer back then and said, you know what? You deserve that life. And gave it to me. Then what I've been saying, let me get the one I had first. I appreciate the fact that, you know, sometimes we look at him not answering. We like, you know, answer my prayers. If he'd answer every prayer we wanted, every time I wanted to die. What if he'd answer that one? You see why sometimes you can't, just like when a kid wants, you can't give a kid everything they want. You ain't gonna believe it. It's because that little kid is. You'll want something for the moment. A lot of times we'll want stuff, it won't even be for the wrong reason. I mean, for the right reasoning. So it's a good thing that he doesn't answer every time. So when he does, he like, because now it makes sense to do it for you. Now it makes sense for you to have it. But to give you everything you ask for every time, no, that's irresponsible. So there are a lot of things we have to kind of clean up and have to consider. As bad as you might think your life is, go trade places with them people to kill. Go trade places with those people in Mali. They just got hit with a cyclone. Just killed 100, killed 200 some people over there. Cyclone came through wiping, and it rained mud air. Man, them folks inside that house, they thought, listen, no wonder they throwing mud water out of a hole, out of some balls. They ain't even no glass up there. I'm like, they ain't even a window. You might well take them down. You look at people's stuff. I'm telling you, it take you to look at other people's condition and realize if you look at a lot of these people's condition, you can keep your mouth shut. All of us, a lot of stuff, you keep your mouth shut. Man, you be complaining about, you ain't even know what state these people in. And these people go without complaining. I was watching one place over in Africa. They were showing these people, they were digging up some roots out the ground. They were like, that's the only edible thing. Listen, they were digging and eat them. One problem with them roots, too many of them they eat, they toxic, they kill them. Listen, and they digging for them. Do you know eating too many of them is toxic, it kills them? The kids dying. They had little babies. One lady took a rope, put it around her 3-month-old baby neck because she was finna kill it. She said she couldn't feed it. One lady was trying to sell her 12-year-old son. She told the lady for $700. The lady, she said, I'm not playing. She said, I can't feed him. I can't take care of him no more. Give me $700, you can have him. Listen, they can't breastfeed their kid. Listen, they show me tit just son. I can't feed them. They looking at the best thing to do is to kill the kid. They said it don't make sense. The kid gonna die anyway, just kill it. A lot of these kids here, you have no idea where you could have been born at. What? Now you ask yourself that. Who decided we weren't born now? Who made that decision? What part our parent played? What part we played? What part our education played? Opportunity. That's what they do to make you appreciate and make you keep your mouth shut and quit mumbling and grumbling. Can you imagine putting a rope around your kid, a 3-month-old baby? She put the rope around the neck. She said, I'm gonna kill it. She said, listen, her tit was dry. She said, I can't feed it. She said, I'm gonna kill it. Listen, if people say, man, how a person do that? You'll do it. You'll do it. Anybody do it. So a lot of times it's hard to see. This is what hurt us. We've lived a much better life than we would have lived had we stayed there. It's unfortunate we had to go with a lot of the other penalties that go along with it, but we still, Yahuwah had been conned us and brought us a lot further we would have been had we stayed in no African country. Africa couldn't have supported us simply because of the fact that these white folk had ripped it and scoured it, and Yahuwah had to save some. Now, he kept a lot of our people at the same time, but a lot of them been devastated. 20 million people on the brink of starvation. We ain't talking about around the world, that's in Africa. 25 million people, starvation. Look at us. How many of y'all can't get nothing to eat? How many of y'all don't know where to get nothing to eat from? Huh? You know, them people, listen, these people are walking almost half the day with a bucket on their head to climb down into a hole in the ground to fetch water. The water is dirty. Put it up, pour it in there, take it back, dirty water. That's what they got to drink. Listen, I ain't talking about no little hole. I'm talking about a cake, kind of like the one you be sending. You remember that picture you sent me? Oh, yeah. I seen it from my, listen, I ain't going that hole. I know I ain't going down now. Listen, they had to climb down this hole, get this water in it, but bring it up, and the water dirty. Pour it in there, and then when put it back in the head and walk back home with it. This is an everyday job. A lot of stuff. How many of y'all got to go, as far as you got to go right here to the water cooler or to the bathroom here, any way you want, you get water. You can walk in the gym and get water. No dirt in it either. A lot of stuff, man, we don't mumble and grumble and complain. It may have been tubed us. Well, y'all Senegal, you're in violation. You're in violation. A lot of y'all mumbling and grumble. You need somebody else's life. I like to take some of y'all and drop y'all folk down and leave you there. And take one of them people and bring them back. And let them people, them folk come in and they'll think they rich. Because a lot of times you're busy mumbling, grumbling, complaining, and trying to connive and trying to get by and get over. These people here with desire. You don't think none of them people desire to be saved? You don't think none of them people praying to Elohim? How well is he answering their palau? You just lay down, you just palau, and just tell him, if by chance you don't wake up. Think about them people sitting there, you laying right here, this your house, all your goods. You can't even go in it. It might collapse and fall as soon as you walk in. Can you imagine seeing all your stuff you can't touch right in your face right here? Go inside and get just one thing. I'm going to let it collapse on top of you. Can you imagine how your mind telling you? You could do it. You can run right in there right quick, grab what you need and come right back out. And you know what another part telling you? I wish you tried. I hope you tried. I'm going to bury you right there in it. I done killed already 50,000. I want to take the death toll. Can you imagine he made all these people live on the street and look at their goods? Look at your stuff. You probably looking at see something. I'm just running in right quick. And your other side telling you, I wouldn't try it if I was you. You running now, he going to trap you in. And that's where you're going to die with your goods. So now you just got to stay out here and just walk. And after a while, there's a bulldozer coming. And we're gonna take the whole building down. Then you watch it crash right in front of your face. A lot of stuff people run your mouth and complain and mama grumble this man about. That man been too. Y'all don't know in a lot of other countries, you can't go to the hospital. You have to have cash money. Can y'all imagine that? In Nigeria, they don't even work on you. If you can't pay, they put you straight on a stretcher. They put you against the wall and let you die. It could be a broke leg, whatever. You stay on the wall. They don't touch it. Nobody gonna, listen, ain't no stabilizer. You can't pay. They roll you right the hallway and let you sit right there till you die. They don't even waste that time. You ain't gonna believe it over here in America. They gotta get you stable and then get you to an indigent hospital. Then let you apply for Medicaid or Medicare somewhere to try to help you out if you can't pay. Yeah, we don't complain. We mama and grandma. We felt like Elohim could have gave us more till you go back and look at the places where we hollered where we could have stayed and look at, had you stayed, made no mistake, you would have died. That's why he brought us over. He had to get us out. He had to save some. He had to save some. And saving our life, he also saved some other people's life. He gave opportunity for other Goyim to get to hear it, get to see it, because he had to recover those that he scattered out. How y'all think opportunity was going to work? He scattered. Don't y'all know he'd have kept us all in Jerusalem? Everybody outside Jerusalem was dead. Everybody outside Jerusalem was going to die. I ain't had no care. I keep my eyes upon one place. But now if you scatter and you get missing, I got to search where they tell me my son missing. He over some project. I don't go and hang in no project, but I'm going to go find my son. I'm going to go find my son because I got to recover him. Well, he looked at now, he dispersed her because he knew I got to go and recover my son. That gave an opportunity come for other people to mimic us and look like us, to portray the same action attribute. So guess what? These are my sons. These are my Beni. Y'all got it. This gave them an opportunity. This was an opportunity for us. It's just like when Ray and Claude went to get that music. Hey, listen, I want to go down. I want to have some fun. I want you to have some fun. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted us saved. He wanted them saved too. We need to repent. We need to repent from mumbling, grumbling, complaining, fault finding, trying to make every excuse to act like your life's so miserable. You need to be with us so bad. A lot of y'all need to go there. You need to go to the worst part. You need to stay there. You need to go out there with the trash that lay right outside the door. Animals, everything in and out the house. Every bug known to man out there, every snake crawler. You need to live with it. And look what them people deal with. You know what? You'll shut your mouth. You'll have the opportunity to make it back in. You won't be mumbling and grumbling then. You'll be grateful for what the man done for you. He did a lot for us. I've been guilty in the past. He been too. I learned not to mumble and grumble. Just learn to keep your mouth shut. You don't have to like everything go, but learn time before you open your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth and wait on them. I guarantee you, it's a worse situation for you. That man got a bag and a treasure of sickness, disease, pestilence, earthquakes. Y'all think that's the only earthquake you got over there? I don't know why they keep talking about Turkey. Man, they got 3 other places been hit with earthquakes. So why they ain't getting no news recognition? California got 40 counties flooded. 40 counties. Counties flooded. Roads washed out. Man, they was showing a house in Orange County. That thing was so stacked. That thing was beautiful. Listen, they got it strapped to the ground. That bad boy waiting to fall the cliff. They said, when this one fall, they're going to take the two beside it right with it. Listen, they just like Turkey. Chris, all they can do is look at it. They just like he told Musha, he go up to the mountain, Mount Pisgah. He said, look eastward and westward, north and south. He said, but you ain't going in it. He said, your eyes are beholding, your own are beholding. He said, you won't enter it though. Can you imagine sitting out there looking at your house, you can't even walk in it? Because your house is subject to fall off the cliff. And when yours fall, they're going to take the other houses out with it. Listen, what people put in their house? Everything they love, precious things, special things, treasure, memento, wheels, and everything. You know me who would look at? I'm taking it all down, I'm going to bury it. Because I know this way your heart and I'm going to bury it. A lot of y'all heart in this stuff, he gonna bury it for you. He gotta bury your heart so you'll wake up. Don't let it be you now. Let him go and take these things. It hurt to see him go. At the end of the day, let him take that instead of me. Come on. Keep me among the live while I can get this thing right so I can reconcile. Whole lot of y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, better try to reconcile with this man. Y'all keep living the lie, keep hypocriting, keep false pretending, and keep going. He's gonna expose you. Man gonna expose us. Everybody gotta get this thing right. It's winding up on us. Hello? Yes, sir. All right, I know you me keep beating the, what they say, beat a dead horse, leave that horse alone. Beat these living human, let that dead horse go ahead. He'll ran his race. Isn't that right? All right, let me talk to y'all for a minute here. Yehovah willing. Romans 15:4. All right, listen.
For everything Katab in the past, need Katab to Lamadas.
Everything was written before, was written to teach us, and one writing told us, and to be Kodash. That's right, to teach us to be Kodash. Separation. Adon them learned that when they was in the gun. When he showed them the ox, didn't he? What they taught them? Kodash. It was Kodash. Ain't that right? Kodash. Y'all understand Kodash?
Yes, sir.
That's why certain behaviors you can't do it because you Kodash. But y'all don't understand that, then you tend to break certain things, certain rules, certain rituals, because you feel like time's a factor. I'm horny, I'm by myself, and I got all these things happening. Kind of same rationality Ka'ur had. Still want to get them kicked out. They still died. It'd be different if you ate it and you were going to live forever. It wasn't going to happen. The fact of the matter is, you go and you touch it and you're going after these things, you're going to die behind it. So you have to really ask yourself, is it worth it? I just let me get one more chance, let me go and get me some. You don't get enough, because he come back here and he going to give you more than enough. You going to be down in a pit with everybody who done got it. Everybody who done got more than one more time. Everybody done played and messed around, hypocrite and false pretending. All y'all going to be together. So you got opportunity while you're on this side, make sure you get it right. So the whole reason him writing this is so we be Kodash. That's to keep us. Listen.
So that with the Kum of the Tanakh, we might patiently hold on to our tikva.
So that, with the confidence, with the encouragement of it, of the Torah. He said that'll make us go through without quitting. And you got to ask yourself, how well are you using this if you're not maintaining? See, this is what helped me to maintain. It's the Torah. See, the Torah let me know what he don't want me to do and what he wants me to do. So I patiently wait on him, and I don't quit, and I don't give up, so I don't commit those acts. I don't just say I patiently wait on my mouth. I don't commit the acts. That's what it came to do, the Torah. That's why he had to teach me, like to Mushah. When he told me, I set before you Kai and Mut. I said Baraka before you, and I said Allah. And you know, he said, I'm going to force what on you? And live. See, but everything predestinated. But I give you choice. Yeah, I chose you, but I gave you a choice. I didn't force it on you. I gave you a choice. When Yahusha and Barnabas, when they were offered up, Barabbas, so who were forced on them? They chose. Now, they had some encouragement in their choices, but at the end of the day, Pilate asked them, who you want me to crucify?
That's right.
Isn't that right?
That's
they
right.
said, well, somebody told you ain't got to listen to other people. He told you if Kataim enticed thee, he told you that. They said, let us lurk for innocent blood. Dumb. He told you don't do it. So you also had the Torah to tell you what not to do. Don't you know he gave you Torah to teach you what was Sadiq, what was right or righteous, yet you still went the wrong way. Who else could set up a right way based off you going the wrong way? There was every account to make you do what was right. Don't you know that man should have never been crucified? Had we actually had it our Lord from the very beginning, he'd have never been crucified. Who know why first? Who know why first? Well, first of all, wouldn't have been no Qatar, wouldn't have been no need to kill him. But since we did it and we had the Torah, had we followed the Kodash way, he wouldn't have died. He wouldn't have died. There's no way we would have done it. We said, first of all, we can't do it. Because they told us that if Kataim entice us, don't consent to it. If they ask us about innocent blood, the man told y'all he was innocent of this man. Don't y'all know the Torah already taught y'all that martially and concise? To not to do it and just show you how dumb, how ignorant, how retarded of a people we are that you had something that told you don't do it and you did it anyway. And I still sat up. I caught you with guile. That man caught you your own deceit and used it to bring you out. Now you got to look at, now you're going to wind up dying in your deceit. Now use your deceit one time to work it to your favor to give you an opportunity for salvation. How you think it's going to work out for you now? Hello? See, I don't consider. There are things you ought to consider, okay? Let me see. Parted us out of our land. Sent us in captivity. What happened in captivity? Hello? Huh? Even entreated? What else? Give me specifics. Specifics. Can't keep the Torah. What has happened in captivity? Who? Healed? Oh, murdered. Yes. Okay. That's it. Who else? Yeah, these folks have no idea what happened in captivity. Are y'all niggas or not? Who? We did the exile cactus. What else happened? What'd you say, big man? Big man, you got that toilet. Come and see that boy up here, big man. That man said, we turned back to Elohim. Ain't that right? Anybody else? That's it. Ooh, tight. Guess we ain't get raped, huh? We ain't get kidnapped. We ain't get maimed. We ain't get persecuted. We ain't get beat. Huh? We ain't get defrauded. We ain't get cheated. Wow. You ain't gonna believe it. It worked out to other people's salvation. That worked out to other people's salvation. That's how they got in. That was through our fall. Can you imagine through all that, that's how other people got in that was not Yehudi. Did y'all know that? So what you think gonna happen to people without reconciling back with him? He cutting them off. Because, see, it won't make sense if I let you guys go through all that and through your fall these people get in, then through your recovery something got to happen. See, when Yahushua came down here, you know what he told us? Behold, I coming with cloud, and every eye gonna see me, and all them that pierce me, even so, are mine. Come on, big man, put a quick check. He couldn't have told you that while he was here. I know, but I'm gonna tell you, come put that check up here. I'm gonna tell you why I'm here. Put that check up there. You trying to get close in case you gotta put a check up too. But y'all understand that though? That through our fall, those people had to, through all of that, through our displacement, through our people hating us, through people beating us, spitting on us, through people maiming us, through us being raped, through our men, our kids being molested, through us being sold, all these things happened to us. Do y'all not know that worked out at people's salvation? That was our fall. Now that man said, what you gonna think gonna happen with the reconciliation? Well, now when Yahushua told you about, when the writer told you that, behold, he coming with cloud every eye, you do know that was after he had reconciled. Because he came to us as a sinner. He came as the product of sin, mimicking sin, which means what happened? He was beaten, spit on, sold, cut, everything would happen, stripped naked. And what happened through that? We got salvation. Now he's saying when he come back, now people gonna pay for it. Don't y'all know why a lot of these things going on? We reconcile them. We started to bethink ourselves. He told her that if they bethink themselves at the latter end. Think of it. Because it's making so much sense. People, I would ask one time, he was saying, that helps you with going and looking at the ancient and looking at stuff like that. I said it just makes so much sense to me. It's almost like I'm so familiar with it. It's just, I'm saying, it really makes so much sense. It makes me process things a whole lot differently. I just can't process it with English writings.
That's right. That's right.
It really doesn't read English fundamentally. It just doesn't give me the same version when I look at it and I'm looking at how you use it. You start looking at things, you're saying, that makes a lot of sense because it's your everyday doing. Right. You're trying to get up people to listen. When you get up, I want you to think on it. Right. When you go out, I want you to think on it. When you're talking, I want you to talk about it. When you lay back down, I want you to talk about it. I want you to put upon your. So this is in everything you do. Yeah. It's in everybody that you talk with. So the same communication is among you. The same thing, the practice is constantly among you. So it's in your behavior, reaction. The problem we do this, and the problem we have service, even what we do and people have in church, when you leave, the spirit of that gone. The behavior that's gone. See, everything you do is only for now and for this time. It's not in your life. It's not in your thinking. It's not something you consider after that. We pull out, the race is on, it's back to the world. We in the world because we have to live in the world, but the operation he gave us teaches us how to conduct ourselves in the world. Y'all got it? So you have to understand why a lot of people don't want you reconciled. Because your enemies out here already know what's going to happen.
That's right. They know it.
They already know what's going to happen. Why would I want you to reconcile? That can't be good for me. Right. How they going to be good for me if you reconcile? That's right. They ain't no fool. They know you're going to put it. Listen, he said you're going to have to grab the skirt, the skirt, the bottom part of the Yehudi. Yes, right. They don't have to recognize Yahuwah been with us. Yes, sir. These religions can stop. Listen, these folks in China, listen, listen, you're going to convince me to serve your God with worms falling out of the sky? You're going to convince me. How many people in Mizraim you think converted to Mizraim doctrine when the water turned to dawn? How many people you think converted when they seen frogs come up and start coming in the houses? How many people y'all think converted when they seen locusts and gnats covering the land? When they seen fire rain down from Shamayim? People weren't converting, people were considering. People were considering. And when they had done what they could to try to alter, to change what he did, and it didn't work, people converted to what we had. These people had to convert. That's right. These folk, generation of people keeping Islam, they had to come on over. That's right. That's right. I'm the last person you want to talk to about it. Come on. I don't see it working for you. I'll be the last person to take it. Y'all hear my fact? I'll be behind the last nigga. Ain't that right? I ain't interested. Listen, I'm Yehuda all the way to the grave. Yeah. Y'all got it. Documented. This stuff they got, 1,700 years old. All I'm asking, what were people doing 1,700 in 1 year? Yeah. Just tell me what people doing 1 year before your religion started. That's right. Ask me what people doing before my Elohim got here. Nothing. Wasn't nothing because he hadn't made nothing. That's right. Anything you got, you mimic and you trying to follow, it ain't right. That's right. I'm just telling these folks, I don't know what these folks doing. But you know what? These people got a little sense. They got sense enough to use a man. Buddhism, who they got? A man. Yeah. We the only folks, the Christian, I don't want to give you a woman preacher. Nobody follow no stuff like that. That's right. Everybody they knew it was a man. Yep. Everybody knew if it's going to be anything, it's going to be something going to lead. It's going to be first in the forefront. It's going to be a man. Right. Catholicism gave you a woman. Yep. And look how, and all they did is feminize the men. Yep. That's all they gave. They had them to a woman. Nobody went and fought no woman. These folks knew better no foolishness like that. Right. That Christianity doctrine. They knew it was always a man. Islam, they knew it was a man they had to follow. Yep. Everybody knew what it was. Now the men done got scared. Now they think the woman could do the same work you do. Go ahead and go and believe yourself. She might can't pee with her leg when she's with her leg over. It's going to still dribble down her leg. Yeah, that's right. She ain't supposed to do it. That's right. If we dribble down our leg, it's cause we didn't get it all out. That's right. We put it up too early. That's right. That's right. She threw and she going to still dribble. Yep. That's the truth now. Ain't that right? I'm used to faking it. Might as well come on over, do the right thing. The man done set that thing up one way, and that's why we here. I'm looking at the 30th chapter of the book of All Our Dabarim. We'll do one right quick. We'll do one. I know that's doing real good. Them biscuits done. I don't want it up too long because somebody mustard. That thing kicking and hit that must button, that's going to be it, boy. Some folk, but that heat don't work out with that body. Oh, yeah, somebody working on one, they got heated up. That thing was rotten. All right, this is 31. Let's see where we're going with this. Listen.
When the time arrives that all these things have come upon you.
Y'all see that? What things you think he talking about? Hands. Hands. What you say? You shouted out there. What you got? What you had? I see you there. What you had? Bad things? What kind of bad things? Don't try to go back and look. What you say? Yes, sir. The all out bad things. What kind of bad things? Huh? Failure your heart. Blessing. Pestilence. He said, same thing. No, I'm just asking what you know. Because you think about it, you start somehow saying, when the time arrived that all these things have come upon you. So, I mean, wow. So, surely it's something before that. That's why these chapter verses hurt. It help us for finding things, but it kind of puts you in somewhere like, where? You can't start this because 28 took you back and told you about your captivity. It also took you back and tell you about how you're going to put the boils and things on you. So he told you now when the time arrived, when all these things come upon you. And it's for a reason. This is what happened. Both.
Baraka and the Al-Ah.
Because you got that in 28.
That's right.
He sat before you. That's what he was trying. That's part of sin before you, life and death. So when I offer you life and death, so now I want you to attach something to life. Life, this is what you look at. He started talking about how you're not casting yours too early, all these things happen to you. He said, that's part of, all that's attached to life. People say, what life? Living? Okay, stupid. For him, he attached a characteristic to life. These things should happen to you when you're living. There's some things that should just work out for you when you're living. And that's, he said, this is a baraka to life. And there's some things that should work against you when you're not doing, when you conniving, when you're riding, when you're scheming, and you're going against. He said, these are the things that's going to happen to you. And when all these things arrive on you, I want you to consider some things. Listen.
Which I have presented to you, and you are there among the Goyim, to which Yahuwah your Elohim has driven you. Then at last,
you said fate had a part of doing what now?
Which I have presented to you, and you are there among the Goyim, to which Yahuwah your Elohim has driven you.
Y'all ain't gonna believe. These crackers came, picked us up, took us on slave ships, and brought us over here. Yahuwah said, I drove you there. I forced you out. I forced your hand. I forced you out of there. And he wanted you to realize when all that come up, when they heard it, when, you're going to know when it arrived. You'll know when it happened. See, that's the part right there you have to consider because it didn't happen then. There are a lot of things. They only had one captivity that we knew of that they left there in ships, and that be where we be now. Nobody else shipped us and brought us out. We have no documents and nobody writing or no writings that nobody put us on those ships and took us. He told us about that, and the reason why we know this is it, because he referred to one place. What was the place? Mizraim. That's how we start looking at it. He told us Mizraim. We knew we weren't going to be here, what, week, 2, 3, 4, 5? Long time? 400. 400. You ain't going to believe it. They just finished celebrating. Bring it up. We've been here for over 400 years. Now things are starting to unfold on these people. Because we know now it's getting close to our departure. That's what we realized. Listen, it was a reason why he started bringing us into consciousness. See, a lot of these people, white people, it ain't making you bad. It just, it's a lot of things people just don't want to see us with because where it puts them at. See, when the rules change. Think about it. I treated you the way I treated you. Do I really want you over me? You're the last person I get a whip to. You're the last person I want with a gun, dang. Not the way I treated you. Not the way I treated your parents and your forefathers. I wouldn't want you with one. None of y'all, I can't think any one of y'all will see you with it. based off past and looking at how I treat you. But see, unfortunately, we were taught we couldn't conduct business the way they did it. See, we learned about first, before we were given Aberdeen servants, we learned first of all what it was like to be one. That's the first thing. That's why we could never rule like that. See, let me tell you something. I'm with executing any person of color that would take upon themselves to have sex with a white kid. An Asian kid, but I couldn't do it. So we were told the thing he was trying to get us to make sure you know, you can't conduct yourself the way they did. Don't forget, you were in Miss Rain.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Don't forget how you served with rigor. You couldn't possibly do it to nobody else.
That's right.
See that one thing he did at first, I had to look at that. I couldn't do it to nobody else. I hated it too bad for me. Why would I want to do it to somebody? I couldn't imagine taking somebody's kid and selling them off and breaking them up and the mama crying, dragging them, beating them, and kicking her, telling her to get back while I sell her kid. I couldn't do it. But see, it's only because I've had years of experience to it happening to me. Right. When I say to me, to our culture, to our people, so surely I will realize you wouldn't want to do this to nobody, would you?
Come on. That's right.
Not seeing how Yahuwah has a way of turning things right back around and it fall right back to you.
Yes, sir.
See, it wouldn't make sense, and I cried to him, sobbed to him about how I was treated, and I would go and I would take a whip and beat a man of another color and rape him and sleep with his wife in his face and lay on top of his kid and he can't defend himself. I would burn this man's house to the ground. I would come to this man's church and kill this man and burn these people's stuff and tear it up and chase these people all night, and I couldn't do it. Work them and wouldn't give them wages. I couldn't do it. See, simply because he gave us a law like this. Now, it ain't because that's the type of good person I am. It's because I suffered at the hands of people doing it. Surely you wouldn't do it to nobody.
That's right. That's right.
Surely you wouldn't do it to nobody. I know a lot of black people. If I had to eat crackers I doing, then you wouldn't be no better than them.
Nope.
You couldn't be any better than them. That one. See, even people don't realize what I'm telling you ain't nothing new. Do y'all know he told her how we supposed to treat Miss Rain?
Yes, sir.
You couldn't even hate him.
That's right.
You wouldn't want nobody to hate you, would you? He made us set to look at how you had to do things and how you had to still be able to treat people. See, of course, carnally, the type of people we are, it's easy to harbor hate. It's easy to harbor hostility toward people and toward things. But at some point, you have to grow. At some point, you have to get a past, because hate, it just eats you up. It really destroys you. It takes a lot of time to hate people and memorization. I'll be honest, I don't have that type of time and energy. I'm much too busy. I got too many other things I need to accomplish. I got to make sure. The man told me, matter of fact, he gave me a job. You ain't going to believe what it is. Who knows? He told me he wanted me to work. Anybody know how? Huh? While the day? Diligently? What you say, rightly? No, he told me to work out my own soul salvation. He want me to make sure I'm scared about it. Make sure that's something that you're real conscious about. Make sure it's something. See, what happened with a lot of us, this I'm trying to wear y'all, man, and other ones out there, hypocrite and watch it. You too. To them first, to you. Y'all got to get to a point where there need to be some fear with it. It need to be edge. When you've done everything you can do and you find a good spot, you're still in where you need to be. Keep that fear there so you don't have no room to mess up. See, what a lot of you keep messing up because you think you've been doing pretty good. You can't do pretty good. The man don't look for time mean complete.
Yes, sir.
As long as you keep leaving the room, I think you're okay, you're going to mess up. You got to keep on. It ain't never okay. I got to keep going.
That's right.
That's why I told you, work it out with fear and trembling.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that right? Be careful about what you're doing. Be careful to make sure you're maintaining good work. Don't just do it, maintain. You know what it is to maintain? Keep it. Folks go lose weight. First thing they do. I hate folks. I found that 3-week diet. Don't take it. 3 weeks, one day, you're going to be fat. That's terrible. It's terrible. You see people do it. They go back. You know why? Because they're only doing it for a time. That's like they do with their salvation. When you make it your lifestyle, you always got to look at maintaining. That's why folks don't. Let me tell you something. Take it what you want. I use it, losing weight or whatever you're going to do, working out. People will do it for a time period and then you stop. Think about your salvation. When can you stop it? Yeah, so people look at time. I find this 45-day, 60-day thing. What you think they do after 60 days? What else they going to do? That's why, and you know what they're doing? Counting a day 45. You know what they're waiting on? 15 more days, they're going to be fat again. I can go back. You know what I tell you? Remember that time I got serious, Rod? That time I took that 60 day that time? And saying that to tell you I did what? I've been left it and went back. So you look at it with your salvation, you got to stop. When you obtain the salvation, you're trying to obtain it that you can keep it and maintain it. Not to get it and then lose it, because it's very much possible. When we talked about a person tasting and falling away, what I try to get y'all doing is two components. Working the natural man so he can play an effect while you're working towards your Ruachny. Once the physical, when you have to deal with a lot of health ailments and other difficulty restriction, they also give you restriction mentally, which means you'll start warring Ruachny. Okay. I ain't no fool. I already know what you do. I know what people do. Because your physical restriction will make you restrict yourself, Ruachny. All I can do is what I can. I ain't going to kill myself trying to do all that. I ain't trying to be no bodybuilder. What makes I talk bodybuilding? You know that's a cop out. I overstate to make up for not compensating. Anybody trying to be is looking at, I'm trying to obtain salvation. Everybody got to obtain salvation the same way. Yes, a lot of times you got to look at, there are things physically that get you. When I was a little heavier, this was years ago back, I used to be like 250 something. And I might have had headaches really bad. I'd be like, I just got to fight past it, you know, like the devil and things like that. I never I got to fight past the devil, try to get stuff. I just, got to work past it. And all I had to do was just get my fat behind and lose weight. Now, I created myself my own fight, struggle, or the devil trying to do something. No, it was high blood pressure. You don't believe it? Satan ain't got time for high blood pressure. He needs souls. Okay? So this is foolishness I created my own, but I want to use it as though it was my struggle fight and my maintain a saving soul, and like I'm being held back in my enemy. And guess who that enemy was? Tony Smith. So you guys might think why I push y'all, send you texts on doing things, because I know what kind of cop-out stories you're going to use. Ain't like I can take it with me. It's tight. But you got to maintain it why he gave it to you. You got to remember, your bodies, including me, these are mashkans. These are sacred. The mashkan, these are sacred areas. These are sacred. See, Elohim looks at dwelling in man. The Ruach HaKodesh is actually him dwelling inside of you. Okay? Don't y'all know he don't dwell in unclean mashkans? He doesn't dwell on them. I just don't dwell on them. They learn that physically, that there were places he would not dwell in because it was considered to be unclean. So they say, oh, now he trying, I know some of you, now he trying to preach now, fat folk can't be saved. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you there are things we have to start looking at because there are things that restrict you. Every time how your arms swell up and feet down, what that make you want to do when your arms swell up and your legs swell up? It make you lose weight? Okay. What does it make you want to do? Okay, I'm down that end. When you having that actually happen at that time, what do you feel like doing physically? That's what I appreciate that. You see what he said? So that's part of a warfare he gonna fight. Not just physically, it's going to pour over and spill over into Ruachny. Because I don't feel like doing it. I appreciate I'm just you for example. When things like that happen, what did it make you want to do? What did it make anyone y'all want to do? Why not? It don't make sense. I ain't trying to kill myself. I mean, I just don't feel like I don't. So it's things that we start trying to look at. These are things we deal with self. Before I do anything, I always got to deal with self. So one person I want to make sure I keep from hindering me is me. Everybody else is already going to be a fight. But let's make sure I fight the one fight I don't need to fight. Let's get rid of the fight. Tony Smith. Because of my recklessness or irresponsibility, or my being irresponsible, causing me effect, it has me ill, and now I make this, and now they're part of my spiritual warfare fight in a sense. When it's actually not, this is just part of your irresponsibility. Because you're not considering. But I want him to come, and I want you to dwell him. But the problem is, he just said, I don't dwell in unclean temples. Hello? He started telling, he said, I don't dwell in places made by people's hands. So then we were trying to figure out, so the purpose of building these structures for what? The edifices. What was the purpose? I was trying to get you to understand an idea. or the construction, it has to be the way I want it framed. It has to be set to these degrees diameter. All this had to be, this is the protocol of what I want. And I can feel it for you, but I can't stay there. But I don't get it. He said, I can't stay in a place that's made with hands. But I tell you what I do. If you decorate your log, if you fix your inward part, he said, I'll come in, I'll make my abode, I'll stay there. I just can't live in a place made with hands. So we understood when it was to the standard that the specs he gave us, to his parameters, that he said, I'll come, I'll stay there. But not no place made with hands. Which means we had to physically fit ourselves to make sure that we'll operate to the same level of what he's designated to us. He said, I'll come, I'll dwell in that place. I'll dwell in that place. Because it meet all my specs, my protocol, I'll stay there. This is where I'll stay. That's why he said, I'll send you another comforter that'll abide forever. He knew Elohim would stay if you followed what was taught. If you stayed with what was mandated, he'll come in. But you got to get rid of some of your fight, and some of our fight is us. Yeah, I'm going to have to fight people on the street. Yeah, I'm going to have to battle people. Yeah, I'm going to have to do, but a lot of that come in, if I'm already sad that they ain't feeling good, I'm already doing destruction to myself, then it's going to be easy for me to fall prey to you. Come on, folks. It's going to be easy to fall prey to you because I'm already struggling. I already got a fight, and I don't feel like fighting you, so I give in. Fighting you might be resisting you, and I don't feel like resisting, so I give in. Insecurity. Then we got to look at things in our mind. That's why it was important to teach us the information. When he told you to let this mind be in you, which was also? Who thought it not, what was it? Robbing it. To be who? Do you know you ain't going to believe it? I don't say, you know what, man? Me doing all this ain't taking nothing away from him. Why would it? All I'm doing is what he put in my hand to do. Y'all right? But it's all based upon a restriction. It's all based upon a keeping. It's all based upon an understanding. And that's why we lose it all the time. We lose all the time because we keep following the play to see what we can get away with, try and see what we can over and what we can do and we can get back out. Once you get in, you don't realize it's hard to explain to him it was, it was a mistake. I ain't mean to do it. I wasn't trying to do it. All this, you know how many times I hear that? If he line up everybody, the thing be wrapped around the planet. I ain't mean to do it. I wasn't trying to do it. How did you do it? Korah didn't mean to eat from that tree. She wasn't even trying to eat from that tree. Y'all know that? But she saw it was too. That's what she wanted to desire. And she took it. How she gonna say she didn't mean to do it? She wasn't trying to. You ain't gonna believe it. These are the same lies we tell. And that's why she didn't get a pass. Now, how you gonna get one? I ain't mean to, I wasn't trying to. Hello? We ain't never used that before? Didn't know. I'm just kidding. I made this up all of a sudden. See, we gotta stop lying to ourselves. You can't get better till you admit what your problem is so we can cure the problem. See, right, we ain't gonna fit, we're gonna cure this problem. We're going to cure it so we can get ourselves right. Listen, how long before y'all think that man come through Atlanta, Georgia? How long before y'all think he shake the place? All these places are going to get shook up. Every one of these places is going to get shook. And he going to find out where you at. This man going to shake the whole foundation. What y'all think? This man said, listen, once more. He said, I ain't going to just shake the Shamayim, the Arise. I'm going to shake the Shamayim. I'm bringing this thing down. I'll finish this. Don't worry about it. I've seen y'all faces. I know where y'all at, though. And the only way you've been told, don't worry about nothing. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. Not until. It's just until. You won't be able to keep sitting here the way you're sitting. You're going to have to learn how to serve him a different way. And the way you got to make you have to serve him, you'll see. You're going to have to learn how to serve him a different way. Because the way you serve now, it's not going to work. I could tell by your facial expressions, some of y'all how it is, that you don't really take that to end. You feel like it's just me kind of trying to scare you. And that would make sense that I would try to scare you because I get what now? Yeah, I do know it, what you're saying is true, but you got to look at other people convincing. See, they're convinced that they're not hearing this as him telling it to them. They're hearing this me telling a preacher want to fuss at them. And preacher just trying to stop people being fat. Preacher just want folk to do what he want them to do. That makes sense. Because, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, think about it. It's all me selfish. Why want you not to burn? Why would I really give a flying flip if you don't burn? Let's just be practical. How do you burning affects me if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do? Hello? This is all preacher. Really, I should shut up and mind my business. You burning is only you. It's only you and your family. It's only you and your kids if you get missing and you don't work out for you burn. Why should I be concerned? Think about it. That is pretty selfish of me. Worried, meddling, getting your business, trying to scare you, trying to make you change your life, trying to make you get disciplined, trying to make you take care of yourself, trying to get you Ruachny. It's really selfish of me. It is. Why should I let you keep doing it? Because what you're doing is a good job. You on your way so close to burn, it's ridiculous. And I shouldn't be bothered with that because it's really not my business. Listen, all I've been told to do was to just tell you about it, right? He said, you don't do it. He said, I done delivered myself. So all the other stuff I'm doing extra, I shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, it's true.
All he told me to do is just tell you it's a sword.
That's right.
He didn't tell me to cry and yell it. He didn't tell me to bam on no walls and write on no board. He said, all I got to tell y'all, I see the sword coming.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
That's it.
He said, listen, if they don't seek to save their life, he said, Ben, that's not on you. That's on their head. He said, but if you see it coming, you don't tell them. He said, they still dead, but I'm going to require it at your hand.
That's right.
Have I told y'all the sword coming?
Yes, sir.
Then we can get ready. We can go ahead and pull out so we can go. At that point, I have no more vested interest in you guys. The only reason would be any other vested interest because the man cared enough for you to put you on somebody's law to say, you can't stop now. You got to be hard on these people because they're not going to do it. He let me know your foreheads are hard. Some of y'all face expression show you the same people. You ain't changed. You ain't going to do it. I'm with you. Why am I being bothered with you? You're hard-headed. You're back-doing. You're sneaky. You're conniving. You just a liar. But the man said, keep warning them. Go figure. You fight me. You hate me. You run me down. But I still had to keep doing. Can you imagine that? That you had to preach to people that hate you? You had to teach people that can't stand you? It's deep, dude. You know what someone said? I used to hate him. No, you still hate me. Because it's like I bother with stuff. And why he just don't leave? You know what I do? Just preach. That's what I'm trying to proclaim. Tell the man, a sword coming. This man done told you, a sword coming. And y'all know what he done sharpened it. And he done polished it. And it's against the you when he coming back. He said, tell these people, I got a sword against these people when I come back. That man, so when I come back, listen, man, listen. That man gonna put it on everybody when he come back here. That's why he erupted these places. Listen, in those places he destroyed, you ain't gonna believe it. There's some people kodashing them places. There's some people kodashing them places. Everybody in Turkey ain't Muslim. Some people done turned. Some people stand on what they already among them. And you know what? He predicated those people on what they're doing. Some people that wasn't gonna let them storm come and turn them from their amanah. Because he knew some other people, he needed to shake their foundation. He said, I need to destroy these people's foundation to show these people they ain't standing on nothing. I shook it and I tore it down. Over 217,000 buildings. Y'all remember I told you it was 119,000? 217,000 buildings, uninhabitable, destroyed. Don't nobody think it's time. Nobody? In 3 earthquakes, 11,000 aftershocks. At some point, your mind stopped counting. Who's counting this?
That's right. That's right.
Can you imagine the rock shaking 11,000 times? Insult to injury. Massive flood.
Yep.
How much more could you take? How much more could you take? And the way of y'all, you're still in violation.
Yep.
Now, if he did this to them, what you think he gonna do to you? How much upbraiding you think he gonna do to you? Criticize. How much destruction he gonna think he gonna bring on you? Cause you guys done heard the debacle.
Yep.
You guys have played. You guys have messed up. You guys have made a mess. You made a mess. A lot of viewers that have heard me, you made a mess where you at. Because they attached themselves, told they with us, and folks done seen stuff saying, no, you're not with them. Or they done said you with us, and you done let these people come and brought shame to it. Exactly, it's tight. Folks don't consider, well, it's just me though. I want to try and bring shame to the rest of it. What you think they're going to insult? Where y'all think they're going to put insult to? Just you?
No.
You think they're going to isolate you from us?
No.
Let's see. 6-1. Shot for team. I'll try to get ready to let y'all go. Get your money ready. They call it judges. Judge not, then you should be judged. That's what they told Winona not. They told Winona. And that judge girl name? Winona Judge? Judge not. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'll take it on the road. They call it Judge Shah Fatim. 6-1. Cause what you do don't have nothing to do with us. You know what y'all say? All right, come on. Listen.
But the arm of Yasharal did what was Rosha from Yahuwah's perspective. So Yahuwah handed them over to Midian for Shabai Shanim. Midian exercised its power harshly
Shanim
against
years? You said Shanim? Is that years?
years,
So he handed them over for many years?
7 years.
7 years. Okay.
Midian exercised its power harshly against Yasharal, and because of Midian, the arm of Yasharal hid themselves in Harim, in caves, and in other safe Malkum. One time after Yasharal's sowing season, Midian with Amalek and others from the Kadim attacked them. They set up camp by them and destroyed the produce of the country, all the way to Azah. They left nothing for the arm to
Say that Yahushua, 6-1. They called it Joshua. All right, listen.
Jericho had completely barricaded its dall against the arm of Yasharal. Now no one left and no one entered. Yahuwah said to Yahusha, I have handed Jericho over to you, including its Malak and his warriors. You are to encircle the city with all your soldiers and march around it once. Do this for 6 Yamim. Shabai Kohanim are to carry Shabai Shafar in front of the Taba. On the Shabai Yum, you are to march around the city Shabai times, and the Kohanim will blow the shofar. Then they are to blow a long blast on the shofar. On Shama, the second of the shofar, all the armed are to shout as loudly as they can, and the wall of the city will fall down flat. Then the armed are to go up into the city, each one straight from where he stands. Yahusha, the Ben-Anun, Kara the Kohanim, and told them, take up the Taba for the Berith, and have Shabbai Kohanim carry Shabbai Shafar ahead of the Taba of Yahuwah. To the armed he said, move on, encircle the city, and have the army march ahead of the Taba of Yahuwah. When Yahusha had spoken to the armed, the Shabbai Kohanim carrying the Shabbai Shafar before Yahuwah passed on and blew on the shofar, and the Taba of the Berith of Yahuwah following them. The fighting Anashim went ahead of the Kohanim blowing the shofar, while the rearguard marched after the Taba with insistent blowing of the shofar. Yahusha gave the order to the armed, don't shout till your call be Shama. Don't let a single debar out of your paw until the yum I tell you to shout. Then you will shout. So he had the Taba of Yahuwah make a circle around the city, going around it once. Then they returned to camp and stayed in the camp. The next morning, Yahusha got up early, and the Kohanim took up the Taba of Yahuwah. The Shabbai Kohanim carrying the Shabbai Shafar ahead of the ark, the Taba of Yahuwah, went on, continually blowing on their shofar, with the fighting Anashim marching ahead of them, and the rear guard following after the Taba of Yahuwah. All the while, the blowing on the shofar was insistent. The second yum, they went around the city once and returned to camp. They did the same for 6 yamim. On the Shabbai yum, they got up early at sunrise and went around the city in the same Darak 7 times.
That's right.
That was the only yum they encircled the city Shabbai times.
That's right.
The Shabbai time when the Kohanim blew on their shofar, Yahusha said to the armed, shout, because Yahuwah has given you the city, but the city and everything in it is to be set aside for Yahuwah.
Y'all hear this? The who?
The city and everything in it is to be set aside for Yahuwah,
What happened?
and therefore to be destroyed completely. Only Rakav, the prostitute, is to be spared, she and everyone with her in her beth, because she hid the messengers, the Malachi we sent. So you keep clear of everything reserved for destruction. If you bring a all-eye on yourselves by taking anything set aside to be destroyed, you will bring a all-eye on the whole camp of Yasharal.
You said, I'm sorry. You said every man had to do what for itself?
If you bring a all-eye on yourselves,
On who?
on yourselves, by taking anything set aside to be destroyed, you will bring a all-eye on the whole camp of Yasharal and cause great distress there.
Y'all don't affect us? Y'all don't affect us with your decision? He told me before they went. Let's see what that, listen.
All the silver and gold and the brass and iron utensils are to be separated out for Yahuwah and added to the treasury of Yahuwah. So the arm shouted, and the shofar blowing, with the shofar blowing, when the arm shama, the sound of the shofar, the arm let out a great shout, and the wall fell down flat, so that the arm went up into the city, each one straight ahead of him, and they captured the city. They completely destroyed everything in the city with the sword.
What happened?
Anashim and Nashim,
Yeah.
young and old,
Yeah.
cattle, sheep, and donkeys.
Yeah.
Yahusha said to the two Anashim who had recontered the land, go into the prostitute's house and bring the Asha out with all that she has, as you Shaba to her. The young Anashim, the spies, went in and brought out Rakav with her Abba, Aim, Aki, and all she had. They brought out all her relatives and put them safely outside the camp of Yasharal.
That's right.
Then they burned the city to ashes with everything in it, except for the silver, the gold, and the brass and iron utensils,
Yes.
which they put in the treasury of the Beth of Yahuwah.
Yes.
But Yahushua spared Rekav the prostitute, her Abba's Beth, and everything she had. And she has continued Kai with Yasharal from then until now.
That's why somebody got twisted up. Because they said she was alive to that day. You see why you pay attention? Mm-hmm. When he wrote this, she was still with him.
That's right.
That's why
right.
he let you know she was still with them. She was continuing because she was still alive when he wrote this. She don't go around looking for no 5,000-year-old prostitute. First of all, it's sick. Secondly, it's sick. Thirdly, through 99 is sick. The 100, she be dead. 1 through 99, you're sick. 100, she be dead. Go ahead.
Because she hid the Malachi Yahushua had sent to recontier Jericho. Yahushua then made the arm take this oath, all before Yahuwah on anyone who come up and rebuilds this city of Jericho.
Who do what? Reveal the what?
Who rebuilds this city of Jericho.
Okay.
He will lay its foundation with the loss of his firstborn being and set up its gates with the loss of his youngest being. So Yahuwah was with Yahushua and Shama about him throughout the Arats.
Let me say this. All these things were set up and predicated to teach them a certain behavior, okay? All these people that came through this exercise, we'll call it exercise, example for us, was actually their life. They couldn't go back and erase it. They couldn't come back and change it, decide to change character. This was predestinated for this to happen. Just so we would sit here today to consider that these people learned that they were told, and they still did it. They brought Allah on the whole arm. Later in the 7th chapter, it'll tell you that the people took of their accursed things. And after they told you that, because they told you the beginning at the end, it will start to tell you when they went up to fight Ai, they fell. And when Yahushua put himself down into the ground, because he was so disgusted that they had fallen, he didn't realize why they had fallen when they went up to battle. You would have told them to get up. These people did it. They took of the accursed thing. That's why all of you fell. So this taught them how important it was that they were interdependent, that everybody worked off of each other. See, you guys are getting your mind. That's why y'all had this little sacred quiet group, stay yourself off, because you feel like you don't bother. I'm going to get rid of y'all. No, man, I'm going to get rid of something. It's got to happen. It's just got to happen, because I can't let it come out of my mouth for no reason. But it has to happen, because you start thinking you don't connect and you don't have responsibility. That's why I keep to myself. That's dangerous, because nobody's seen them steal it except for the thieves. Other people who were minded to stay and maintain 2 words would have seen it, they'd have called it out. Because people feel like it's me, you know, something happened to me, I don't want nothing to happen to y'all, but you attached to us, nigga. These people fail because a few other people felt like it's on me, it ain't on y'all, y'all still be good. We couldn't be good. Think about it, how that work. The tube that happened to us fall on all of us, but your rosha that happened to you don't fall on us. It worked both ways. We want the benefit. If somebody do something that's rewarding, we want the benefit, right? Yahushua did something rewarding, didn't it fall on us? Okay, he said, well, if you do something bad, that fall on you too. That's why he gave him the Torah. I said, listen, I only gave you 1 law, right? I told you about a baraka and an all law. How many laws did that? How many laws? You got to choose which side you want to be on, though. You said, did he give you 2 laws? He didn't. I just told you what goes with life, what goes with mood. Both of them stipulated on 1 law. You read 1 law to tell you about both of them. You can go read the law of death and then go read the law of life. Same law. I set them for you, but you got to make a choice which side you're going to be on. Everybody plays a part. When it comes down to the wife, submitting to their husband, doing that, this is just a detriment that somebody phone can't commit adultery. It come down to man, got to harp his wife, how he got to take care of his home and his family. They're just the danger of somebody kazabing.
That's right. That's right.
He said, any man don't provide his own, especially on his own best, he worse than them for dead, and he done denied the Amanah.
That's right.
So you done denied it. I got it. You can run your mouth and say what you, oh, I ain't there. I got you, but the book still say you worse. You worse than somebody don't even believe. See? And you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna believe. That's on me, dog. Where that fall? Say it loud, phone. That's all me, y'all. I want to apologize. That's all me. Where that fall at? Y'all need to realize that. That's why you have to really start considering your decision making and how detrimental things actually are. Because it wind up following everybody. If you read that too, you just see how things happen. What you read about how Jericho and all that fell down, you know that's about Yahushua?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You didn't pay attention that the chauffeur was in the front, that the topper was behind it, and then the rear guard. They told you that Yahuwah going to descend from Shamaim, what was that? A shout. And then you don't even going to happen. The walls of the very place going to fall down. And you know what he going to do? He going to destroy everything in it. But he done set some aside could die for itself. You should have been paying attention. That's why he told you that Yahuwah was, in the 14th chapter, fourth chapter, I think, in the 1 Thessalonians 4, it told you that he going to descend from Shamaim with a shout. What else could I be liking that to? When he descend from a shout. And with the voice of an Og Malaki. What y'all think happened when he come back here? The walls of this place gonna fall down. I'm gonna kill every man. I'm gonna kill every boy. I'm gonna kill every woman, every girl. I'm gonna kill every beast in it. But I got some things that I set aside that are a special treasure to me. And I don't want nobody to touch it. Like I told him in the gun, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Everybody knows that coming back with him not to touch it. That's Yahuwah's. The rest of it killing. That's why you can't afford to keep being stupid. We got to get ourselves together physically, mentally, and most all Ruachny. And they all work hand in hand. That's how that man come in here, that man told you to flee to the heart. How you going to get that fast off? You think I'm finna try to roll you over here and you start rolling back down there and run me over? Ain't happening. I'm going to trip you, let the folk chop you up so we can get away. You're going to be shark bait. Ha ha, Nemo. I got that from Boogie. Yeah, all right, don't blame it on the sunshine, don't blame it on the moonlight, don't blame it on the good time. Blame it on the Boogie. And it's time for us to get this thing right. It's time for us to get it together because our fight is to get rid of this fight we got with ourselves so we can mentally focus ourselves and tune into the debar. When we got all these other things warning us, you already got to deal with bills, you got to deal with jobs, you got to deal with other things. Don't y'all see everything collapsing around us? Everywhere people love to say, crypto was a good say. Y'all remember when crypto was booming?
Oh, man.
I lost $350,000. Still the key, sir. Everything these people get going, housing market. Booming through it, what happened there? Israel killed it. Everything you can run through. Stocks. These folk bought bonds. I trade bonds. So I'm going to trade. Get what they done? Lost it. Shut it down. They're going to talk how irresponsible these banks were. They were irresponsible. They bought their own country bonds. Very irresponsible for them to buy bonds of their own country. You think they were probably thinking, my own country wouldn't screw me with it. When I'm buying their bonds, their own country screwed them because America don't like to pay. Take the rate up and make them worthless. We got our money and stuck them with bad bonds. That's why all these banks in trouble. It ain't just them. They stuck a bunch of banks. These people made $100 billion in 1 year. How many countries can show you they made $100 billion in 1 year? Billion, not million. Billion in 1 year. Y'all don't know what other banks mimic them. Other banks, look at it, they made $100 billion in 1 year. I'm going to follow that protocol. They stuck all these banks, your government, and he told you a lie. When he told you the tax people ain't going to pay, he's a liar. Who you think FDIC is? These bastards ain't got no money. We paying that debt. They got to pay people who had over $250,000. Do y'all know that bank has so many people with over $250,000? Too many. And do you know your government is going to pay these people this money? Because they have screwed a lot of big money people. Who you think paying that? Taxpayer. He lied straight to your face. We're going to bail those banks out. Those banks paid themselves well before they looked. They knew before everybody that they screwed up. They did not expect him to keep raising interest rate because they like it was bad enough. This was a safe buy. They raised interest rate to keep from paying these people, and they stuck them. So all them people gave themselves bonuses, $5 million. $1 million bonuses. They fried it before because they already knew it's a mess. Let's just get our money and go. We're going to sit before Curry. Curry going to bark us out. You need to be fired. You need to be but you ain't going to jail. Give me $5 million. I'll let them call me. They talk about my mama. You be like, mama, I'm going to pay you now. I ain't going to be one of them niggas jump $5 million. Talk about, I know what my mama is. I ain't got to pay $5 million. That dog, Swift done punked out. Whatever you said, $5 million. They're going to go sit before Congress, get your little chopper, and you know where they're going to go? Straight to another bank. By the way, Lehman Brothers, who messed up the economy in 2008, the housing market, same people were running this bank up here, this Silicon Valley. That's how you punish white people when they do wrong. You let them go to another bank. Lehman Brothers took us down in 2008, destroyed the housing market. Countrywide, these same people go to the same companies. They're the same people. White people, let me tell you something. These folks ain't never act. You know what? If you believe in wrestling, you believe in these people. Bryce. I just call your name. Well, I'm talking about somebody else. Bryce. Listen, these folks ain't never look like they hate each other. Joe Biden can't hardly walk. This man know good and well he behind this whole thing. Don't y'all think these folks done listen, you think the banking system in California ain't know what was going on? Listen, this whole thing is set. Didn't I tell y'all before, they taking out everybody with money. They're taking money from folks with money. They're stripping people down. I try to tell you about working together. I got so many long gummers in here. Y'all just keep going. But you know what? You make no mistake. I'm assuring you, when you fall, I'm going to make sure you stay down. I will be the nigga to step on your neck. I'll be the nigga if you drown and spit in your nose. I'll be the nigga if you hanging to grab the rope and tighten it up for you because you're a long gunman. Long gunmen need to die by themselves. Y'all said they have a long gunman shooter. What they do? They put snipers on to take him out. They said, we got one shooter. Take him out. Take him out. Y'all long gunner. Take him out. That's on you. Let me tell you the people going to survive. The people going to survive, they're going to be on the network. All right, y'all say. They'll be on the network. We nexus. We connect things. Y'all will learn the hard way. This whole thing gonna come down to one. It's gonna come down to a few sources. Y'all gonna say I'm gonna survive it. These people are already scouring up to chop them banks up to get them and start running and know what they're gonna do with them. Y'all don't use y'all head. Y'all do too much break off, sneaky, high, and conniving, lying stuff, and you need to fall. That's a bad place for you to fall. At the end of the day, it's gonna be the people that gonna stick together gonna do it. People who making their business like the mob, they stay loyal. You stay loyal in their business. That's just how it works. I'm just telling you, it's a business out here. All these folks get together. These banks, they'll sister bank, they do stuff together. You know what they look at? You know what you ain't seen? You ain't seen none of them banks come on there and run them down here. You ain't gonna believe it. We all out here together. They all play the same. What they gonna come and tell you? They rotten, they no good. We ain't got nothing to say, keep banking. Because we had our money in there too. Banks overseas, bunch of had their money in there too. A lot of folks, they all work together. That's how they do it. They ain't coming. You don't hear no banks come out running them down. Everybody talking, you hear talking heads. Everybody can money quarterback. Why we ain't hear your mouth before it fell? Did y'all know that there was a billionaire that had already hit other people and told them to get out their bank? They don't know about that, do they? How about he already knew about it and told them? He already told them about it. Get your money out of there. They're going to collapse. They help who they want to know. See, these folks are playing y'all, they know. They had a big head already told people to take their money out of Silicon Valley Bank. It was going to collapse. He told them, they didn't listen, they lost their money. Got their money. And how you think he found out? Probably wanted to tell us. Probably he was going there and get a deposit. He was trying to get $50. He ain't had no cash. By the way, we finna collapse. These people know. They just don't tell you. Joe Biden them knew. All of them knew. Don't feel it. Fed, everybody know. Let me tell you something. These banks all meet and talk. They all have to meet. They got reporters. These folks got regulators. Don't let nobody make no fool out of y'all. They gonna pull Congress. Them folks not gonna talk. Them people got paid. They gonna set that table. They gonna take that little fussing, go ahead and eat it up, and set that. They gonna say, "Woo, Congress, warm out." No jail. Anybody go to jail, they gonna be peanut people. Those people gonna go to white folk, saving and loan bank. Who messed the whole thing up? Y'all really wanna know who messed it up? Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan deregulated banks. Most of the people don't know nothing about business. When you broke, you don't worry about it. Sometimes say just been good, just working at McDonald's and didn't know nothing. Ronald Reagan hurt you. He came in and deregulated banks and let them start doing their own investing and started creating derivatives. They created their own little stuff, and these folks got outside risky stuff. That's how they broke and messed everybody up. These folks created their own stuff. They broke away from the chain. They gave room, let them deregulate. Deregulation hurt you. They came in, that's what the key and messed up banking. Because these people done create their own stuff. That's the danger part. Like I said, years ago, you were paying your money to one person. You bought a house. One person. Whoever you got the money from, that's who you pay. Don't pay me, pay Daniel. You go to Daniel, Dan said, pay little Danny. Then give it to Shamil. Because I sold your stuff to him, he sold to him, he sold to them, and all us got insured. When they flop, all are going to make money. It don't make sense. It's going to belly up. There's some mess. It was a bad loan we gave it to you in the first place. They deregulated, let banks do what they want. They got risky. They just getting away loan, getting away stuff these people can't afford. They stuck them. They're going to belly it up again. They're trying to convince you that they're going to belly everything up again. They stupid. I say that to any white person, but white people are bad business people. Yes. They terrible business people. Why the country messed up? Because of white people. Because of black people. Let me tell you why the country messed up. Y'all know the truth. Because women in projects are getting checks and they buying their kid FUBU. Silicon Valley just effed up $127 billion, and you tell me there's some women in the project with some FUBUs. It's the EBT cards. For you to listen to them to be retarded. These people are liars. Every one that running bank, they're all crooks. You don't get to be Fed chair unless you're a crook from corporate America. Do y'all know every Fed chair comes from banking? Yes, sir. They don't have one of them come from banking. Every one of them come from finance. Every one of them crooks. They set them up. Listen, Greenspan, longest crook they ever had. Greenspan was terrible. Greenspan behind a lot of the faulty stuff. He saw it and he let it keep. His own people tried to tell him there was a bad deal. He shut them up. He shut them. They told him they're going to crash. The market going to crash. Greenspan ordered them to shut up. These people try to act like they're trying to fix the economy. Ronald Reagan, I think, brought in Greenspan. Greenspan came back on the Bush now, one of the worst, old, rottenest white crooks you ever seen. These white folks never call his name. They'll never call his name. White folks, see, they better than how we are. How many times you heard them run out Alan Greenspan? Greenspan tore this country up. Nothing but a crook. White folks know it, too. They're all trying, a Republican to go get him and a Democrat to get him. You trying to figure, y'all argument always about each other policy, how bad they are on monies. And you set them up for the Fed chair. The Fed is the whole thing you call a Federal Reserve is a private entity. It's not federal. Why are you calling it Federal Reserve? These are private entities. A private entity is controlling rates. A private entity is controlling where money is going. How do you do that for the country? And you're appointed under the president. How does a private corporation handle that? And you're called the Federal Reserve. People dumb. This is why they tell black people to go vote. They don't educate them. Because you don't realize how dangerous and detrimental politicians are. The average of them are liars. Crooks. Anybody not honest, they're going to get you out. You can't get the job and be honest. They don't want honest people now. They all steal. Everybody grab money and make deals for themselves. All they do is run in and make deals. They get paid when they get out. That's how they make their money. They say, such and such, they done retired and finally got, they only did it because they want to get their money. See, they learn how to keep from going to prison. I just can't collect money while I got the job. Once I retire out, I start a corporate. Your former presidents all do it. Everyone start, they console. Obama's still getting paid. He's getting paid for deals he made when he was president. Everyone, George Bush, all of them getting paid. They made deals when they went there. They still getting paid. That's why they want their boy to get set up, because you don't pay me. My boy come to your country and make war. Think, what's going to make you pay me ain't president no more? How about my vice president and now president? That's my boy. Now I have so many Scud missiles hit your country, you'll want to pay. All these guys ain't never hit, man. They force these people hand. Joe Biden now, guess what? Obama getting all that money. You know why he gonna do that for Obama? Because he need a Democrat to come behind him and make a Democrat come and get his money from all the deals he made. You out. I don't owe you nothing. Why you think he made Hillary his Secretary of State? Because people didn't feel like they had to pay him. Until Hillary can go there and see him face to face and tell him what she can go back and tell the president. What the secretary go back and tell the president? Listen, that make a difference on missiles get set here. That make a difference for ships sitting outside your country. Now you can play with us or you can pay. That's why they use them. Most of y'all don't know how these people work. You let somebody else talk for you. Listen, Secretary of State coming to tell you, what I'm telling you out your mouth is the same thing coming from him. So if what I'm telling you come from him, when I go back and tell him what you said, what you think he's looking at? Oh, that what she said. I need ships all around the country. Start landing over there. Let's put some fighter planes around that country. You'll pay me. All these people crooks. And all they do is make us hate one another. Kids, just like Ukraine and Russia, DeSanto right. America ain't got no interest in it. DeSanto told they pissed with it. He said, we don't have a fight in it. That's a territorial fight. That formed in Russia. That's their stuff. Had nothing to do with us. We don't have a dog in that fight. We shouldn't have spent a dime in it. What we should have did, start doing business with both of them. You want to start that war? It ain't hard. Every country who doing business with Russia, you're a part of it. Everyone doing business with Ukraine, you're a part of it. You start doing business with both of them, they'll starve and die out right there. Say, listen, nobody gonna trade, nobody give y'all nothing. Y'all gonna die out right here. I guarantee they'll start like this. You know what I do? I'll throw a nuclear bomb at you, right? You'll throw one back at me. We'll both die. If you tell me, I'll do that now. You tell me you ain't gonna trade with me, I'll stop this fight. Does it make sense? I'll shoot a nuclear bomb at you. I know you'll shoot, both of us will die. But if you won't trade with me no more, I'll stop fighting. Which one made the more logical sense? These stupid people keep playing war games. They all don't realize how much sense they make. If I shoot a nuclear bomb, why would you not shoot one back? We're both done. But I don't want you to stop trading with me, because then we'll starve and die. Do this make sense? White people. White people don't like to hear about themselves. Tell me how much sense they make. I'm afraid of my economy collapsing, but I ain't afraid of a nuclear bomb killing me and everybody in my country. I just don't want to starve. That's how bad they understand them. I've been told y'all, people of color, brown people, yellow people, and white people that stand for truth, we should have been broke off. We should have broke off. It make no sense to let these people rule over you. To let them rule over you to stay with it'd be stupid. These people ain't got a brain. The whole world is starving. Do y'all understand how many people? Listen, Tyson Food, 1,700 people here in the street. Another computer company, 1,000 in the street. These people laying out tens of thousands of people. Apple just told their people, no bonuses. They got bonuses they pay them. They said they're not paying them. Apple, listen, they'll earn them. Why would Apple tell you they're not paying you the bonus? That's how afraid that's how bad their whole system is, I am. And we ain't got time to get it right. Every way that you could possibly make money, they shutting off. They're closing out every way possible you can make money. You don't think it's time for you to get right? This ain't warning you. Every time they keep laying off thousands of people do what? Everything. What do you do? What do y'all do? Eat, survive, shop. You ain't gonna believe what thousands of people do. Thousands of people. So when thousands of people ain't got money to shop and eat everything, how does this affect you? That means eventually it's gonna connect over to what you do. and you're going to be out. That's why you got to make a league. That's why you got to make a league. Guess who the country bail out? Who? Businesses. They're going to bail out people with money. That's the name of the game. You don't bail out poor people. You're poor. You ain't never had money in the first place. Why am I bailing you out? You're going to bail out people with money. You're going to bail out organization with money because organization money make a difference. That's an impact. So I got to sit down. I got to take care of you. I don't have to take care of individuals. Okay. Stay smart. Y'all some more intelligent people. Y'all just got to think. How hard y'all? I just want y'all to think. Rationale and think. How we going to fix this thing? This a Ruachny fight. That's a natural fight. You got to be ready for both. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. Let's do it.